StrykeForce.
Hey there guys, so today we're going to make some spaghetti squash macaroni inside of a spaghetti squash. Ooh. I need a plate here. This orange plate because I'm putting cheese on it. Everything's better with Dr. Blue on it. So we're putting the noodles in now. We're using medium shells. So then we're going to take and mix them here because you don't want them to get stuck. And I like using one of these guys. Open. Water was boiling, no it's not. So you stir it just until the water gets a boiling again. And then you stop. We're not going to cook these until they're completely al dente. You want them to be a little bit under because you're going to bake them. And when you're baking things, you don't necessarily need to cook it quite all the way beforehand because it'll cook while it's baking. So I turned the noodles off. They're not quite all the way cooked, which is just what I'm looking for when I bake them inside of the squash. So now what we're doing here is we're cutting open the spaghetti squash, and we figured that the side with the sticker on it was the most flat. And that's what you want, is a nice flat surface so when you're baking it, it's pretty round, but when you're baking it, you want it to be flat so it doesn't fall over and whatnot. You haven't prop it up as much. And then we're going to go a little above halfway through the thing, I would say, because we want to be able to use it for a bowl and potentially have a lid. We'll go right next to that guy. I don't know if this is the proper tool or not. We're always kind of just experimenting. And this looks like it's going to be hard to cut. Oh, a little bit at first, do you think? We're crying out loud. Oh. And that seems right. Because if it did happen to cut, I hope you would keep filming right at first at least, because it would be for the sake of the viewer. That would get the views. There we go. So then you take out the inside of your spaghetti squash, and you could kind of, with the right knife, just cut right through there if it's sharp enough. Some people, you know, just to kind of get cuts in there. And then you can take a spoon, once you got it cut enough, hollow that out. We're going to hollow it out further than that, of course, so that could just come out a little bit here. Because we need enough space for the macaroni. You don't want to cut yourself, that's for sure. So they go out. Some squash seeds, right? Look at that guy. And the mother is filming for me right now, which is nice of her to do. There we go. Yeah. That's not good. I was thinking I would bake the lid right next to it. Matter of fact, I might as well hollow it out over this guy. It seems like a good spot to do it. At least that part. Now, the guy at Save You More told me to put brown sugar around the rim. So we're going to do that, because that sounds like a good idea. Nice little tall pile there, I suppose. So then we're making the sauce here. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. We'll just start that out. We go ahead, we get the heat going. We put some cream in, like so. Boop. And then we just put some cheese in and whisk it and it will come out great. Try not to drop any below here. Just making something real simple here to put in the guy. We're putting in a lot of cheese. South African smoke blend that we used earlier on. You know what? Let's put pepper in there. Why not? Okay. But there is salt in there. In the South African blend that I just... Good for me. Oh yeah. It's, I almost wanted to grate more cheese because I was thinking that might not be enough cheese for this. But, oh. Ah, there we go. So, shoop, shoop, shoop. Dump it all in there. Yeah, so we're adding in some flour here so you guys can see. Because it wasn't thick enough. So we'll just add in all that flour. Why not? I'll set this down here for a sec. Okay. Add in the flour. That immediately started to thicken it up. I think you could see that. Maybe it didn't. And then stir this just a little bit more there before we turn it off and put it in there, and then grate some cheese over the top of the whole thing and call it good. Oh, and add in the squash that we have from the guy right now, because this is the time to do it. The time to add in that squash. Squash it up. Stir the squash in, so there you go. Then you can turn this guy off, I suppose, and we'll take it over here. Over this guy, so we're putting the cheese in the guy. Evenly dispersing it, not pouring too much to where it kind of goes over. It started to go over there. Just so it soaks in what you want. Till it gets right to the point where it's at the tippity top. Or close to it. Because we're going to grate some cheese over the top as well here, but... I think that's good. We're just going to take some cheese and we're going to grate it right over the guy. This is a sharp, extra sharp Tillamook cheddar cheese.
Brown sugar.
Yeah. Brown sugar. A little brown sugar on there. Like recommended. We're going to put it in the oven. Thank you, Ma.
Wait. Okay, so we're
smoke weed before we cook?
Shoot, yeah, we could.
We fucking A should, man. Let me.
I might edit some of that out of there, but I might not. In most